Tropical Depression 1. I'm just going with that because I don't know what it's going to be named right now. So let's get started with if it's going to get named. The Hermit. This storm is going to be working by itself. It's going to be the only tropical system for the duration of its life, or at least at this time. Nothing else is expected to form during this period. Um, so we are hold on, don't message me on Messenger like I'm live on YouTube right now. Um, but yeah. Also, speaking of this, this is just the tarot reading for the storm itself, not doing any personal reading, so refrain from asking me for that. But continuing on, yeah, Tropical Depression 1 is going to be working solo. Nothing else getting involved. Its faults are of its own. There's not going to be nothing else getting in the way of the storm. And we'll see what that means for it. The Tower. Okay. Whatever this impacts is gonna have a horrible time. They're in for some nasty, nasty time with this storm. Oh, I was not expecting the tower. I was not expecting the tower. Maybe rapid intensification, or the storm is working on its own, but it's gonna have a hard time doing anything. This might be the tower. The tower might be aimed towards the storm itself, not towards any of the storm's victims, per se. The storm is gonna have a hard time. Probably gonna get really fucked by wind shear and dry air. It's probably gonna be. That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, yeah, the tower. This is definitely not a good sign. This is definitely not a good sign. Unless if this is aimed towards the storm itself, then this is the best card you could have, because that means the storm is going to have a hard time. But if it's not aimed at the storm, that means whoever is impacted by the storm may not survive it. This storm is out for blood, honestly. This storm is out for blood, or something's going after this storm. But considering the storm's the only thing here, that might be aimed at the storm. 6 of Wands reversed. Okay, so I'm starting to think that this is aimed for the storm. So that's a good thing. 6 of Wands talks about strength, per se. I want to say. Represents victory and success. Their storm's gonna not do well. So this confirms what this is aimed at. This is aimed at the storm. So that's the saving grace. This is aimed at the storm, not towards whatever the storm's impacting. So this storm's not going to be very successful in what it's doing. It's just going to mind its own business and not much else. Though it may be a threat to land, but it's not going to do much to said land. Maybe more beneficial than anything. 6 of Cups. That's not reversed. Talks about renewal, new beginnings. I mean, this is the first storm of the west of the typhoon season, the 2023 typhoon season. So this is going to be the start of the season. That's the gist of that. That's literally the basis on this card. It's just reiterating the fact that this is the first storm of the season. So Queen of Cups reversed. Okay, what's that for? Queen of Cups talks about watery kingdom of emotions, because water and emotional energies are feminine in nature. It's reversed, so this storm might be having a tough time with dry air. Plus, it might end up with the masculine name if it gets named. So, there's that as well. But this queen is also tied with strength. So, but it's also tied with compassion, empathy, and comfort for others and serene. But that's reversed. So that means the storm's going to be a little feisty, but then again, I'm thinking it's more or less the dry air is going to be ruthless to the storm. The dry air is going to be ruthless. Plus, we do have heightened volcano activity somewhat nearby. I want to say, I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, volcanic ash works like dry air or Sahara dust does to the Atlantic storms, that it does hinder formation. But if the storm's already formed, that just heightens the rainfall. But I'm thinking this is aimed at the storm. It's gonna have a hard time. It does not have all the ingredients. It's not gonna fare well. And that's 10 of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, the storm is gonna struggle. Emphasis on struggle. Knight of Pentacles. It's not gonna fare well. I don't know why the Knight of Pentacles is in here, but does the storm pull through? Responsibility and dedication. It's to hard work. Responsibility openly and reliably. Okay, this kind of tells me that despite the obstacles, this storm is going to be stubborn in terms of dying. It's going to linger on, probably as a tropical depression, for who knows how long. It's just going to flat out refuse to give up. So it might be here a little bit longer despite the issues that it's having, but that's probably what I'm getting here. The Magician. The storm may have some tricks up its sleeves. That's probably, maybe it might pull through from the issues it's having. It might pull through and surprise us, maybe become a typhoon, but I doubt it. It'll be lucky to become a tropical storm, honestly. But Two of Cups. Balance. Stability. For a storm, that's not a good thing, because you want unstable. Unstable leads to storms. Stable leads to sunny weather, per se. So, Two of Cups. Yeah, we're looking at some interesting... But then again, that could also mean that the storm's going to be organized. It's going to be... And then Eight of Pentacles reversed. Again, this thing is going to... It has a little trick, and then it's just going to kaput. The trick it reveals is going to be all for nothing. That's basically what this is saying. But yeah. You know, this storm does not have a lot of potential. It's going to be more of a nuisance, if not beneficial, for any land that this does impact. And for those just coming in, the tower is aimed at the storm, not at the storm's victims. So don't worry. This is aimed at the storm itself. So... But yeah, the storm is going to have a hard time. But nonetheless, stay safe out there. See you in the next video or stream. Bye.